This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the LinkUp podcast with your host, Mr. King, Kana, and Woods here in the building.
I'm a dude. He's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. What's up, guys?
You
Really?
like that?
Like, is all of that really necessary? Like,
No, not really. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. That's the whole point. He's not, because it's gonna happen again next week. Jesus Christ! What's going on, people? Y'all already know how it is.
Hey, I'm sorry. That was loud, wasn't it?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
that threw me off. That was just odd.
So this is what, episode 46, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So
Yo, it hot. Speaking of heat, you know, if you hear the fan in the background, people, we apologize because it's not gonna come off. So you just have to deal with it because it's really hot, and we know about this air cold life up here. So yeah.
just explaining the
Our
little
apologies
background noise and
because
whatnot.
we ain't changing it.
Yeah.
But other than
y'all seen the weather predictions and the weather forecast for the rest of the week?
But
Like
that
for
whole
the
thing
rest
about
of
it
the-
being 42, that just scared me because if
No,
today was only
42?
by some that I hear that was supposed to hit them
No.
once.
Okay. Theoretically, what they were pronouncing was like, there's a chance.
Wait. What it was what? Pronunciating?
Forecasting. Hey, leave me alone, dog. Leave me alone. I had beers, dog. Leave me alone. I'm kind of tipsy.
honestly, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
Like I was just gonna let it slide.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't like bring it up.
I mean, kind of
no.
but yeah.
No.
Yeah, so we got like, this is like a 18 plus podcast.
No,
today,
but
'cause
what's it forecasting? That podcast.
Yeah, man. I drunk people.
Yo, stop though. It's hot. I
Don't-
can't be laughing like this.
don't-
Jesus Christ.
Don't drink beer. But
Whew. Okay.
regardless, there was a chance that it would hit 40. So 40 would be the peak. So you know, usually when they look at the data, there's like a max and a minimum, and the minimum was 30, and the max was 40. And if you're working in a media communication, whatever, you're going to always take the max because that's the most
Shocking.
shocking thing you could put on your article. It might. Don't say it might. It's going to be 40 degrees. 'cause
Or
that's
it has predicted to be.
you know. So that's the more bombastic.
I feel it, but
But I mean,
either way is
34
ridiculous.
34
Friday
is
was
close.
35 or something like that.
Yeah, Friday.
Like, and I feel like that's unnecessary that's unnecessary temperatures in this country, especially because of the fact that there's no wind. I don't know where the wind is be at. I don't
But it
know.
have a little bit sometimes though, but nothing too significant. But
Like, it does be hiding. And the crazy
The
thing
wind
is,
will be
like,
it's colder.
inside does be hotter than outside.
Yeah.
Like once I was walking home after I'd finished walking thing, I realized like, yo, it's so much cooler compared to like inside of my house in particular. Like, I don't know what is going on with this spot.
Yo,
Yeah,
let's just talk about it's colder in Aruba right now than in the Netherlands. Something wrong.
okay, yeah, that's a little tense. Just not old people gonna start dropping down dead and thing.
But I saw that there was done those types of talks and things
See
in
what I
Japan
mean?
or whatever, because there was a serious heat wave going on over there.
Oh no, but that's
forget from
Asia.
where.
That's a different type of extreme. Like that, you expect that shit over there.
Yeah, but it was like just after some flood and thing, then they get hit with massive heat wave and stuff like that. So it's
Boy.
like people are still already in a little shaky situation.
From one fuck to another.
Since we on this whole weather thing, I've been seeing the garbage and thing that been washing up in DR and them kind of ones.
Why not?
No.
I even see is there? I want to say it's Santo, but it could be or some Spanish island. But some Spanish island that a massive amount of garbage just washed up on the shore, Jed.
But things like that been happening worldwide in different areas.
But
and
well,
stuff,
maybe this is the only one that I really see like that bad, and I was just like, boy.
Like, I mean, the amount of
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, okay, I was right then.
There's been like lots of reports. Like,
Ridiculous.
was there something about this one that really like set it apart from others or something?
But it maybe just the one I had seen. That's normal. That normal.
Yeah, this is excessive. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that was like one day. All of this just.
I didn't read up. On it. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't had much time.
Woods just show me a picture of like what it was that he found from the Googles and whatnot. And I ain't gonna lie, it looks quite serious.
No, but it's Jack. My brother was posting about it too at one point, but
I mean, just the pollution situation worldwide has been. It's been a mess, like the amount of plastic that's in the ocean, the amount of people have been trying to come up with like different alternatives to try and alleviate the situation and help in different ways.
I mean, in all honesty, if you're based in the Caribbean in general, like there should just be a rule that plastic should not be something that should be even considered to be sold in that region at all.
But I can agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like that rough. Dog.
I mean,
like the amount in today's day and age, the amount of how heavily we rely on plastic for so many different things. How much different things use plastic in some
things
ways.
I can understand, but there's like certain like
plastic sacks.
Like
if
plastic
you're saying that, I could be like, okay, I could kind of get on board with you. In
anything that's
like
that. Easy disposable should not be made of plastic.
Maybe I wasn't clear when I was talking about plastics. I had in mind plastic sacks too.
Yeah, like things that are disposed, like one use and then throw away things. Those should
like
not be plastics in the Caribbean.
I just saw an article somewhere talking about a plastic ban, and it was looking at like the actual results or whatever.
Aruba had a plastic
somewhere
ban.
had a plastic ban. I didn't actually click it. I just saw that it was going on, and I was like, that's interesting. Something not to put on my watch later and type of things. But
last year in Aruba there was a complete plastic ban. That you can't get plastic bags now.
True.
That was good.
Like I ain't against that.
Simon should start that. Well, I mean, my brother was trying the thing a couple of times, but
to me, whenever it comes to those things, the most important place to start is focusing on businesses. Yeah, because like there's always the largest consumers and stuff. Like if you work anywhere and just see like the amount of whatever it might be that your company does go through and waste and stuff like that, I feel like all companies have places that they just waste, and like just things that don't get used optimally because it's a business and it's not like, okay, whereas in your house you might let a garbage sack get completely full before you change the thing. In a business it's like, okay, at the end of the night you change it and thing. That's like a waste of a garbage sack. Like that could be used for like quite some more time, put a lot more garbage in it. Like those small little type of things. Yeah, and it's just all of those small type of things that I feel like if companies was really tighten up on, I feel like it would make the biggest impact versus actually trying to focus on like private citizens and things. Not trying to say that they don't need to do their part and individual citizen ain't important in all of that and affecting change, but like I said, the amount of stuff that companies just go through, from like plastic sacks is just an example, or garbage sacks is just an example. There's lots of other stuff.
But I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, it kind of starts at home as well, or like that could at least be the starting point, and then like you do it in your business or your offices or your companies or whatever the case is. But it's definitely, I don't feel like the solution would be one need to start first. I find that's something that you gotta attack on both fronts at the same time. You gotta start doing that thing, at the whole recycling thing at home and on the job.
Should just become a government policy. If you do it, you got fine.
I just realized your mic facing backwards. Like twisted, turn. Yeah, good job.
Hey, I'm back. But yeah, I think it's just a government policy that has to be just implemented.
In hindsight, with the whole mic thing, that whole opening there he hit there, at least it wasn't as loud as it potentially could have been.
I guess.
No, I think it turned when I had to stand up.
Yeah, I think that's what changed.
Yeah.
We had a little break there.
That would make sense.
But yeah, we had a little intermission, and that's what might cause some of the stuff. But where were we? What's the first topic that we can get into today?
Okay, look,
we started off on a tangent. I feel like already.
Should we start with KO boxing?
Yeah. So yeah, because I curious. I assume he mean Tekashi. Yes. Tekashi. Yeah. Okay. You have to. It seemed like Edward Woods translator. You gotta get accustomed to things.
I was lost.
Yeah, I understand how you feel. That'd be me most of the time. But you get accustomed.
UFC
you get accustomed to it after a while.
Did Floyd do something?
Yeah.
So
actually, there was a feud with Floyd and 50 Cent.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get into that later.
So Tekashi.
Yeah. So this man supposedly get robbed, beat, kidnapped, pistol whip and a whole bunch of things, and then he managed to escape through the door and all that. Okay, I don't know. Y'all more about the whole industry and the whole music thing more than I do. This thing is real? I didn't look up into it.
I thought it was fake, but...
I thought it was fake too, but I see a whole bunch of, like, quote-unquote credible outlets reporting it.
It's not outside of the realm of possibility, especially with who this man is and what he's been provoking people to do. So, with that said, it could be highly possible.
Because I don't want to give opinion until, like, is 100%.
You're looking for confirmation. Sadly, I don't got it necessarily because the story is basically the same thing that you just said. According to me, like the Shade Room, TMZ was like one of the first like reports that was like saying Tekashi got beaten out of these things.
TMZ reporting something is not very credible in of itself.
It's hard to say because honestly,
sometimes
like,
it'll be
TMZ
really on point.
whole, like in the past for sure, I would agree with you wholeheartedly. But as of late, in recent times, TMZ
with the whole thing with fake news and all that, they seem to be trying to have
I
more
feel like
credibility.
there's been some changes made, and they're trying to like at least portray themselves as a more legitimate type of news outlet with some of the type of things that they carry. I mean, it still heavily leans on celebrity news and stuff like that.
And
but
gossip.
I mean that's part of the name of the company. So
but to say whether it's confirmed, to say whether it's true or not, I don't know, because I saw like the Breakfast Club reporting it, and Charlemagne was like, yeah, well, whether it's true, depending on if it's true or not, because like they ain't showing necessarily, they looking at the same sources we looking at, and ain't nobody necessarily from inside the camp or whatever other than that one video from Tekashi. I think it was like one video, because I don't follow this guy on his social media none, but I just know that there was one main video or whatever that people was talking about, at least that was released from the hospital not too long after the supposed or the alleged
attack.
Yeah,
because it was a whole trabacle. It was this man, they kidnapped him.
I have no idea what the story was. I just saw the headline and I was like, okay, true.
But I suppose what happened, they kidnapped him, and then they went with Hika or went with one of the partners' car to the man's house, rob him with he baby mother, he child or some family member type inside the house, but they wasn't harmed, and then they take him back outside, and then that's supposedly like when he get a chance to escape and all that kind of thing. But again, if this is true, they might leave with something like 700K of stuff, and
like,
like
I see something like that in jewelry, a lot
stuff,
of
and
jewelry
like
though.
and 30K in jewelry. So
well,
okay,
somebody come up.
Let me say this. If it is true, I don't want to wish bad on nobody, but I'm gonna just say I told you so. Cause I'm pretty sure we talked about this 6ix9ine asshole on this podcast as well, and I'm pretty sure I did say that if he keep on doing this fuck, he going to get what coming to him. And if it is true,
was saying that.
If it is true, so said, so done. No, like, people are like, yeah, he real and he about this life.
No, but I mean,
this and this and that.
Different. That's different. Like him doing and saying what he does not take away the fact that what he does might lead him to a certain thing. It's just if that's really what he is portraying.
But
like it's hard for us to say like that he's being fake.
No, but that's the thing. I really don't. Okay, again, you're right, because I don't know the banner. But from what I see and from my hair, I don't feel it's genuine, and I feel like this wouldn't have happened to this extent if it wasn't genuine. Again, if this is real.
I don't know that.
I mean, the reason there's a lot of people doubting the reality of it is obviously, like, we didn't say nothing about it, but he dropped a new video and whatnot, and a lot of people speculating that this whole robbery potential thing is a fake and is all just a marketing ploy to get more attention, get people talking about 6ix9ine again, which just seems to have worked because we're talking about 6ix9ine. Yeah. But he also dropped a new video with Nicki Minaj called Fifi. I don't know if any of y'all checked it.
The song good. He switched up his whole flow.
He not angry on this one. He don't sound like he angry and just want. He got the more relaxed.
Yeah.
The thing is, the sad thing about this, I could really that song. I could hear that Fleck being played in the club.
Yeah,
like everywhere.
It's not a bad song.
It's a good song. It's a good club track.
I like the beat. Everything else was trash.
That's the good basis of a club track.
Everything else was trash. Everything else was.
Really?
Everything else was. Okay, again,
including
my opinion. Everything, todos.
Okay.
Wow,
was trash. That trash, garbage.
Are you sure?
There's
yes. No bias.
No. Because regardless of what I could say I'm a Nicki Minaj fan.
To me,
I like the track.
Nah, but
I don't hate
it.
It was interesting to see this side of 6ix9ine doing a song like this, but I like the man hype shit.
Yeah.
It reminds me of old Flocka and Lil Jon and the good old eras when people were just shouting. Like, you can't hate
on Lil good old eras.
I mean,
the crunk era. You can't tell me the crunk era was not a fun.
Yeah,
like Lil Jon, Lil Scrappy, Young Bloods, all of
that
them
was
people
a very violent era. That was a very violent era.
But they were not causing the violence.
Listen, Lil Jon was a genius.
he was the hype man in the party.
All the man used to do was say one sentence, repeat it 4 times, say another sentence, like
from the sweat down on my balls.
Some of the man best
technically
songs.
Yin Yang Twins.
It was just get low.
Yeah.
Did you see you get low? It's good.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Yin Yang.
Huh?
It's Yin Yang and Lil Jon.
Yeah, but that
mostly
I know that's mostly Yin Yang. I don't remember
but
who the song itself was credited
sentence,
to. I can't think it was a Lil Jon song.
Yeah,
I think it was a Lil Jon.
It wasn't a Yin Yang.
I can't think it was. I'm not 100% sure. That's a
that's how you hear about the Yin Yang Twins.
I heard about them like last year, but
like you can't ask anybody past 2008 who the Yin Yang. Who's the Yin Yang Twin? That's how you know if she old enough.
What happened to Chameleon?
Chameleon busy making money in the tech world.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Chameleon is busy investing in all kind of stuff in Silicon Valley and startup companies, and he on like similar to Nipsey Hussle kind of vibes, and he busy getting money in other places. He done cashed out to the rap game quite some time. I was like, yo, let me flip my money.
So I gonna keep us on a little bit more on track this time. So since we on the whole music vibe,
Fifi.
No, fuck Fifi. No, I refuse to give any kind of thing to that. You see it and hear it. We all heard the song before. What you feel about J Mellow new track? I mean the video clip.
Like the one thing I was thinking, I would need to double back, go back and check it because I feel like my memory might be a little weird. But I feel like the video the song was longer than the original version of the song, or it was slightly different than the original version of the song. But I would need to listen to the original version, the one that he first released
on song. To me, it kind of sounded the same. I didn't notice the difference.
Maybe I didn't listen to it enough. Maybe it was the same, and I just
But can't he
forgot?
just because we're in the digital world right now? Can he not just update the track and you wouldn't even notice that the song changed?
Probably, maybe that's what he does.
Streams, then you would
with SoundCloud, you could do that, but I mean.
Well, I don't know. To me, it sounds the same. That's not the question.
All the things you could just change.
Yeah,
that's not the question. What do you think about the video?
Honestly, I feel like the video was dope. I felt like it was proper quality. The man went in there, like when he was here, he was talking about how he didn't want to do it unless it was right and had a story involved. So it was good to see that the man kept his word and tried to integrate some kind of story and told a story that fit the song. Him being the person in the video clip that basically trying to win back the girl after they had this argument and shattering of glass and stuff in the beginning, and they had the cameras and they got nice quality visuals. It looks like it's edited properly, whoever did that, because it didn't look into all the credits and things to see who was responsible, because I don't know who shot the video, so that was my bad on that one. But whoever did it, they did a good job in my opinion.
The editing and the quality I like too.
Yeah.
And what?
But in all honesty,
the man who didn't even really see the video.
The man played twice for the man.
He played twice for the man. I was like, I needed food and had alcohol in my system. I still have alcohol in my system. It's only been a couple of minutes.
That's not excusable.
It is an excuse.
It's not excusable.
The man trying to say his brain wasn't there to properly assess and analyze the video
anyway.
In the two opportunities that we gave him to assess and analyze the video.
My brain was lapsing everywhere, dog. I couldn't help it.
The video was good in my opinion.
Me personally, I guess I had really liked the song. Overall, I don't find this video had matched the hypeness I had with the song. It didn't match my hypeness. I thought the video would have been like a little bit different. So maybe it's
what were you expecting?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What kind of video did you have in mind?
No, I kind of had something like I kind of had a vision of what happened, like the whole how the video played out, but just I guess the little details would have been a little bit different if like I had to like direct it, or maybe I had different things in my head, and maybe that's why it don't really correlate. But the video is cool, the visuals and everything is cool. Like, it's really good quality. Again, like I said, they had certain things that I kind of like, but that seems a little funny. Maybe that could have gone different, but. All in all, I think it's cool. Like, yeah, I'd say the fact that he actually make a video for the song because it's a big tune, and now that it got visuals and thing. Can't think.
I feel like one thing that would have been interesting though is like if he did. I feel like at certain parts of the song, like the vibe of the song, even though it is about telling a love story and stuff like that, it still feels like a very dancey record and thing. And he did have the dance video by I forget the young lady's name, Bianca. I don't know if y'all like see that. He did I think it was like a minute or whatever. She did a choreography to a certain part of the song and stuff, and I was like, to me, it would have been great if we could have seen like some of that element incorporated into the video,
like during the chorus,
like at least in certain parts, like okay, there's a cut to dancing, there's some dancers or whatever,
I understand. I feel you with that. What you're saying with that, but at the same time, I'm happy he did not do it, and here's why.
Cliche?
Because it's It's
I kind of feel that too.
It's so cliche, and
there's a reason I feel like those things are cliche though.
Because it works.
Yeah, but at the same time, sometimes you just gotta stick with like if his vision was that, and he stick to it. I'm happy he sticks to it. Because sometimes following the cliche also maybe tarnishes what he was trying to accomplish in the first place.
Like, I'm sure there's probably like some other things in terms of like finances, and okay, that probably would require another day of shooting and setting up that, getting dancers, and like that would have been
there was
adding on
probably
to
a decent amount of constraints that
and I feel like looking at what they already did, the whole Kermis vibe and thing, like some of the shots that they getting him to go behind and actually look like he was working the different games at the Kermis and stuff like that.
That's cool.
I feel like all of that was already,
that probably take at least a month of planning just to get those like permissions and all that.
I don't know how much planning, but I know for a whole month, but like it requires some amount.
For any of my thing from doing business with these Dutch people is always some kind of process. But I guess depending on the start is how easily.
You got a permit, and once you have that permit, you just have to work around with the schedules of the people. That's basically it. Okay. Getting a permit here is not that hard. You would think it's hard, but it's not really that hard. You just have to get it.
Anyway, long story short, I like the video too. If all you want to see what we're talking about, the song is called Man Again. You can check it. I assume you can just go on YouTube and Spotify.
It is. I mean, the video is on YouTube. If you look into, we're talking about the video now. So if you're looking at
I didn't think I had to go and explain all of that, but but yeah, it's J Mellow. The song is called Man Again. Shout out to the homie, and keep doing your thing, dog. If you listen, you should be listening.
The man put the quality work. I told the man already, just keep it up.
Yeah, I big up the man on itself. Okay, so
this guy.
Okay.
I'm the partner.
But that's your friend now.
Hey, don't start disowning me now.
But why not?
Okay. So one more thing I wanted to take. I was really hype about this when I had fight about it. That they bring back the Rugrats. But then, you give me other news there that get me even more hype before we start to record.
I wanted to ask, why was you so hype about them?
Because Rugrats is my shit, though.
Like, Rugrats, listen, don't get me wrong.
Rugrats is my shit growing up.
Do not get me wrong. To me, it's still called a propeller and a crack pit and numerous other incorrect pronunciations that I learned from the Rugrats. Those is still the way you say many things. Do not get me wrong.
I was hyped, but because I want to see how they gonna spin it. I want to see if they gonna do.
We already had all grown up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know if they
continuing all grown up now. They like fully adults.
That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know.
Teenagers in all grown up. So that was like
false
advertising.
We don't know how it's gonna be. So that's why a little bit hyped to see.
I think they're gonna call it the Rug Adults.
All grown up.
The Rug Adults.
The Rugrats Adulting. That would be my title.
But I feel like, to me, they just went wrong by naming it all grown up. Because it wasn't all grown up.
No.
It was teenage.
Yeah, but there was girls grown up.
They should have called it slightly grown up. Not
also, so you feel that all is just show you are.
And now they bring it back and it's like, okay, now we grown up peoples and we doing what we doing. And maybe this one gonna be about Tommy's child or something.
Finally, this means like finally, oh, yo, that would be cool.
Like they all grown
like
up
the Rugrats of
they
the
replace
Rugrats
themselves. Yeah, basically. I feel like that might be an interesting take, and I'd be
that
curious
would be
to see that. Because I did watch all grown up, even though it was false advertising.
Grandfather dead and thing.
I would assume
Uncle
so.
Lou?
I would like unless he like
Grandpa Luke and dead.
How you mean?
Grandpa Luke and dead.
His mom was already looking dead in the show.
He's like, he are no grandmother and grandfather. They can't dead.
or Spider-Man's aunt. What name is Aunt May?
Aunt May? No, Aunt May could dead.
I mean, she probably died.
She's an integral character. He already lose everybody else. He needs his Aunt May and Uncle Ben.
Yeah, but Aunt May.
Uncle Ben died.
My house name after Rice though. I just realized that. What's the correlation between Uncle Ben and Rice?
None, dog. Only you making that connection.
So you're telling me this is just coincidence? You're not seeing the logic conspiracy here.
Because I did not know that. I did not think about that till you say it just now.
It's only in this moment right now that I even thought about it, like Uncle Ben, and I thought on the race. Like I didn't realize it till now. But anyway,
I don't think there's a correlation, Gary. I think that's just like highly coincidental.
Okay then, there could be a conspiracy there. I mean, you never know. Somebody, I don't know. So I'll come back to y'all with next week's episode with the thought out conspiracy.
Okay. Hold on. How old? Oh, wait. No, we can't. How old is Spider-Man? Hold on. Someone check
by Spider-Man. Old.
Spider-Man, no,
70s, right?
Old, but
70s,
yeah,
something like that.
The first issue of them comics and
so you're telling me this is a conspiracy started in the 70s?
Yo, but how old is Uncle Ben's race?
Uncle Ben's
how old is Uncle Ben's race?
I just asking if
I feel like that brand been around a while too.
Does this well go? This is my question, dog.
Yo, are you stupid? Are you really talking? Oh God! So, but that's the thing again. My question: what would be the conspiracy?
I tell you, I'll come back to y'all next week.
Uncle Ben, and I get Uncle Ben Rice and Uncle Ben Spider-Man, right there.
Exactly. You see. I mean, it's a logical thing. Like
I didn't put the two.
Google in on the conspiracy too.
Yo, it's from 1943.
Which one?
Oh,
Spider-Man?
Uncle Ben.
What?
The Rice or Spider-Man?
The Rice.
Uncle Rice. The Rice.
The Uncle Rice.
So 1942 was the Rice?
43.
43.
And Spider-Man as well.
I think 70. Let me see. Let me find out.
That kind of makes sense. 70s as a comic book is really big. Especially in the States.
That's the golden age.
Yeah, especially in the States.
That's a long time though. That Uncle Ben Rice was around.
Why? I didn't know it was that thing. That was like Bush. What was Bush baked beans?
Bush baked beans.
The first time Spider-Man was portrayed in a comic book was in 1962.
So Uncle Ben,
the Rice went in.
Yeah, the Rice.
Rice got
but I mean the Rice.
The friend
isn't Uncle Ben black though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
Uncle Ben black, right?
I didn't want to go there because that was another thing I was thinking about, the connection that people was making certain things about, like a lot of marketing of certain products from Uncle Ben to Aunt Jemima. All of them is typical black stereotypes and things. Like the mommy archetype is like what they would base Aunt Jemima off of, like
the cool cartoon looking character type something.
Not necessarily that, but more like the type of woman, the elderly kind of thick woman that's supposed to be like the authoritative figure. These are things that you go back to, like Hollywood tropes, certain types of roles that you see black people being cast of. Like when it comes to black women, there's like the Jezebel, there's the mommy, and it's like the Jezebel would be like the loudmouth kind of promiscuous black woman. Yeah, that kind of thing. The mommy is like the Oracle in the Matrix type of figure, you know, the person who's just that whole southern
wise, the one I walking with a cane and them kind of ones.
Like,
want some sugar, baby?
But you know, like that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
No.
That's why I stayed silent.
We gonna leave that one alone. But what I was telling me about this other thing that's starting up too. that had given me extra hype?
Yes, that's the one that I'm actually curious about. I didn't know it. So, one of my cousins had tagged me in it on Facebook, and I was like, I didn't actually watch the trailer because I was like busy doing other stuff. So,
oh, they have a trailer?
I believe so. I believe so. I think that I believe that's what it was he tagged me in, and I was just like, yo, so Gurr is back, the best character. If you don't know who Gurr is, then I don't know. I might need to reevaluate our friendship and communications.
If you really don't know who Gurr is, then we can't be friends.
Okay. Before
Unless you're not familiar with American culture, then I can leave.
Before we go balls deep into this, right? What's your favorite episode of Invader Zim?
My tallest.
No, by me.
My tallest.
Question: do you think that Family Guy stole mommy from that scene?
Oh, that was a good question. I never think about that.
Similarities between those two.
We have to check when the episodes come out.
That's I feel like Invader Zim was before Family Guy.
Nah, I don't think so.
Family Guy.
Family Guy
was. I know. I remember I was having arguments about Family Guy in 6th grade when I was in primary school. Like.
Family Guy.
I know Family Guy go back sometime,
but we gotta check the specific episodes when they air. But
I mean, it's similar, but the context is different.
No, now that you say it, I kind of doubt it.
It's similar, but it's different at the same time.
I feel like it is.
The mama, like that's very in the lane of like Family Guy style of humor and stuff. Cause they known to drag. You can just put this thing like the scenes with Peter that's falling. And then the man will be doing that for like 3 minutes. Or when they just bring in the what's his name? I can't remember. They always got this ridiculous country singer that has come in.
Conway Twitty.
Like, I don't even know who this dude is, but the amount that Family Guy just promote Conway Twitty and stuff, the amount of time his music is played for the episode.
Shoot, I have no idea who this man is though.
I feel like, so it seemed like it could be something that they just came up with because it fits within their type of humor. But then I feel like they're probably watching Invader Zim too. I feel like they saw the episode and was like, yo,
because at one point I see what you're saying where the humor really like is similar, but at the same time what Wood says I feel is kind of true too. It's kind of the same, but it's still different because the mama that's at one point just annoying. That was one specific time, that was one specific episode when he was really going on like that. But he's been saying my talent show the whole episode.
Yeah, but I mean, it was in that episode the way he was doing, the way he was trying to get her attention.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think for that is a little bit different because that's not the first time. I mean, it's the first time he was that annoying, but it wasn't the first time he do the whole my talent thing. But with Stewie, it's just that one scene. You check. So
I would need to rewatch Invader Zim to argue wrong because I can't. To my recollection, I feel like there was just that one particular episode he always used the one. He always was annoying to the TARDIS. That was a regular thing.
He's always like my
calling them.
Yeah,
but there was that one particular episode where they just refused to listen to him, and he went on forever and ever.
Okay. I didn't say. You didn't say your favorite episode.
I'll start because I started the question, so I'll start. There's 2 episodes. I have to mention. No, I'm gonna mention the second one and the first one. My second most favorite episode is the episode where Zim goes in, like he's at school and he has to go home, and he travels through the toilet from the school, and then the man says, "Leave no evidence." The man flushes himself and then explodes.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that one. I
don't remember that one.
When I was young, every time I went to flush, I would just sleep.
That sounds like some shit you would do.
Just thinking about this, like, got me thinking of all kind of moments in Zim. Like, to me, a room with a moose. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, I don't know if that was one of the best, but I mean, it was one of them. I don't know if that was the best.
I remember the episode that really, like, till this day, if I see it, I make me cry when I see it. It's the episode where Gurr takes over the house and he wants tacos.
Yeah, that was one that I was thinking on too. And then like what you were saying about the explosion, that made me think on Pastulio. Like,
no, yo, I remember when he had that zit girl inside his face. That's Pastulio.
Like
the man used to flick. The man used to
hypnotizing people with his people.
Yeah, the man used to flick them up the fucking thing, and I used to.
You know which episode is also stupid?
Yeah.
It's the episode where him and what's his man name again? They were fighting
as usual,
and there was this explosion, but something happened, and the explosion was going slow. And then Zim was like, I know the solution. We're just gonna make the explosion go fast.
Yeah. That was a good episode though. Yeah, any episode where girls started to me was the best episode. Like girls, I like the waffle. One.
Yo, the one with the bee dog. The bee.
I gotta lie.
Zim was the worst invader ever.
Yo,
like
I'm not going to lie. Only now I could really appreciate the comedy of Invader Zim. When I was younger,
I thought it was nasty.
Yeah, I thought it was real
gross, but I loved it at the same time.
That episode where all like the germs take over, like he was real germophobe. That was a nasty episode. That was how I crawled my blood. But apart from that, I didn't
covered himself in meat and all kind of thing. I realized the meat was the one place that was clean.
No, it was the meat or the meat restaurant.
Yeah. That was the filthy meat from this particular meat. Like it didn't make no sense at all.
The nastiest thing was the cleanest.
Yeah.
But I wasn't young. I was too young to really appreciate the real value of Invader Zim.
You know which? Okay, this is the last one. I'm gonna name drop. It's the episode where he was in the restaurant and one of the workers was stuck in a chicken suit, and because he was stuck in a chicken suit, he thought he was mutated.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
And the UFO one, the one with all the tin foil had people in the park. That wasn't the same with the bee?
Yeah.
No, but you see, with Invader Zim, because I wasn't that on it, like I was more on Hey Arnold and them than Doug and them kind of ones. Invader Zim to me was just really odd, but like I hype for it to come back. But
for me, it was a normal progression from, because the worst thing my parents did when I was a kid was put satellite at my house.
Oh yeah,
because I was watching South Park at too young of an age, and anything else was like Sim was like a. In hindsight, not that calm when you look at the darker tones of what they were trying to portray. No, in Invader Zim itself. But it was a good transition from like going to South Park to Invader Zim. It was just like a nice flow.
Like my first email address ever was based on something out of Invader Zim. Y'all remember Poop Dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, my first
the rapping gangster dog.
It didn't make no sense what Poop Dog was, but I mean, like my first email, I didn't really make it. My older brother had make it, and it was like Master Poop. Based on Poop Dog.
That's where that had come from.
Yeah. Basically.
Wow.
Yo,
a decade later.
Master Poop.
Yeah.
I always really wonder about that. I never gonna ask.
It was a kind of joke thing, kind of like I say. My brother had made the email. I didn't understand how to operate the internet and emails and them things. He was more proficient in them, so he had make it, and he felt it would be funny, you know, for me to have this email and stuff like that. So it just was what it was.
That's a big brother troll stuff, though. Like Master Poop, yeah.
And it changed, you know. That email is.
But you can see, I had that same thing because mine was ridiculously long for no reason.
What, email?
It was Z_best_.
I remember that one.
It didn't make no sense. No,
when you have more than one underscore, you do something wrong.
I had like 4 of them.
Too much.
Although in hindsight, I have like 3 dots in mine.
It comes in useful if you want to use title free trials and stuff. You know, sign up with each new email. You know. Just saying. I ain't saying that's what it's supposed to be doing. I'm not advocating all of these kind of.
So you give me bad insights.
I'm just saying this is what you can potentially do with multiple emails.
Okay.
Think about it.
Okay, so I'll leave how you choose. We're gonna save Donald Trump for next time, or we're going to, since we're on the whole like
You know what?
Music vibe, we're going to the whole jiggy thing.
I'll just say this about Trump. Fuck him, and let's go something else.
Okay, all right.
You don't have to talk about it, honestly.
I'm really done with that one. Okay. So, you want to go into one king?
I mean, I could just intro it a little bit because like this is something we should have talked about in the past, but in the past I was not properly educated or aware of what this was and things. Kana was telling me about it.
I can't remember if we were talking about on the podcast itself or we had behind the scenes type something we was talking about. It was
during the Drake conversation, if I'm not mistaken, because I mean that's where it came. Then he was like, "You see this Kiki video?" And I was like, "Who's Kiki? What is he talking about?"
Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't know the official name of the challenge or whatever it was. I thought it was the Kiki challenge, to be quite honest, but obviously it's not.
It's called the In My Feelings challenge, and now I Google it because I ain't as hip as the young people and whatnot, so I was a little out of the loop. I know their dance and whatnot, so I didn't know who the Shiggy guy was. And I still don't really know. I was right before we started recording, I was watching the interview with him on the Breakfast Club. I saw he was on Hot 97. I did not watch that one yet neither because I was not that really invested. He seems like a nice dude and whatnot.
He seemed cool. I mean, Drake big him up on the fact that In My Feelings was number one because of him, because of the challenge and all that. And it's kind of true because I get to know the song because of seeing the videos on Instagram. And then I was like, oh, this is this. When the album come out, I was like, oh, this is the song. Or when I finally download the album, it was like, oh, this is it. And then everything started clicking slowly,
It's weird how people's perception does work in certain ways. Like for me, I heard that song on the album, and to me it was just like, okay, this sounds okay. It sounds like another Nice for What. That was the kind of vibe I got from it. But to me, it was nothing more than I didn't really pay much more attention than that. And then this challenge happened, and it seems like the rest of the world completely disagrees with me, and this is like the biggest song on the album apparently.
Yeah.
But
and I was like, oh, a lot of it is partly to do with this challenge thing that I was also unaware of.
But that's what was.
Isn't that mostly with almost any song that becomes like the summer song?
Watch that crap with Tekashi and Nicki Minaj might just be one of them too.
No, I mean like okay, it doesn't happen every year, but there's like always this one song that becomes super popular, and when you look at it, there's always something like, okay, so last year arguably the most hottest song was Man's Arguably, yeah, that could be debatable. And the whole reason why the song was hot was not just because the song's stupid, but it's the video.
Yeah,
there was accompanied by it, and the video wasn't even the music video, was just a video shot in a radio station and just made the whole song go viral, and then people just started making spoofs out of it. Yeah. Even the Christmas version of it,
the same thing with this whole jiggy thing, because everybody from Will Smith to I don't think Will Smith make a video, but a lot of
Shiggy.
Oh, his actual name is Shiggy?
Shiggy. You calling the man Jiggy the whole time. It's not Will Smith's song. No. You're not getting jiggy with it.
Well, Shiggy, Jiggy, Haggy, however he can't call himself, but they had a good bit of celebrities like doing the whole challenge and all that kind of crap as well. And, like,
it reminds me of the whatchamacallit, the Mannequin Challenge with Ray Shremmerd's song, the Black Beatles and thing. And there's been numerous other songs attached to challenges.
I ain't gonna lie, those maybe not necessarily the.
I feel like the Mannequin. Some of the stuff that came out of the Mannequin Challenge was cool. Like
the Mannequin Challenge was cool, but like when it comes to challenges, nothing will beat the Harlem Shake, but. That's still, to me, that was the most fun one to watch.
The Harlem Shake was ridiculous.
I found that was the most fun to watch, especially see how creative people were getting with it.
Some of them was definitely entertaining.
That was thing. But wait, something that was gonna come up in music now.
There was something you were saying about copywriting dance moves involving chance, and I feel like that conversation kind of pertains to this to some degree, even though it's not necessarily.
Something else I was going to bring up, I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, so the whole thing with chance is that chance, because I guess everybody know how this Fortnite thing is epidemic, is big, Fortnite all over the place. But Fortnite, for those who don't know, when you kill somebody or like as a taunt type something, you could like dance and stuff like that, but it just incorporate all the new dances, like the shoot, the whole I don't know the name for these things, but all the popular dances you see on the videos and the music videos and stuff like that, they got in the game. So Chance the Rapper put it out on Twitter that he feel that Fortnite should be paying the makers of the dances for using the dances.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I completely agree with that.
Yeah, because if you're doing that, then we have to go back. Everybody that did a moonwalk during the moonwalk craze should pay Michael Jackson royalty. Yeah, but then you're opening because It's going to
it's a can of worms.
People like it's the same thing with the music industry. It's like a can of worms. And it's certain things I agree with, and then there's certain things like you can't. There can't be this much restrictions there. And you come in with dance moves. You want to you want to copyright dance moves now? Okay, who really originated the dance move?
That's
and then you're going to like
that's too that's but
stop.
I find it's cool enough that they incorporating the pop culture in the game. I find that's already a next taking gaming, like the gaming community, to a next level. I find that's already dope. But the fact that now you want to restrict that, which is going to restrict other gamers and game developers to want to incorporate more things that's part of the culture in the gaming to make people more like feel at home or more comfortable or whatnot. I find that does put in progress backwards. But that's me personally.
To me, that's looking at it from the gamer's perspective. If you're looking at it from an artist's perspective, it's like one can argue depending on how much of a significant impact those things make into the general online atmosphere, like how often, because you could look at many mini movies and trailers and just short films or whatever people just make of just recording in-game footage and doing all of these things, how much of an impact all of these things help add to the marketing and sales of this game potentially. You could make an argument that my dance move or whatever, to say one individual dance move might be a little difficult, but that whole element of the game in certain ways, if you were to license it, like I feel
but how would you go about even doing that?
Because there's certain things that you can copyright. You have rights to your likeness being used in certain way, and I feel like because this was something that was talked about on the Joe Budden podcast, and I think that's maybe where Chance get it there from, maybe was watching that or something like that. But they was talking about 2 Milli copyrighting the Milli Rock, because like the man name is 2 Milli, like the connection to that dance, how popular the Milli Rock and stuff has been, he feel as though there's some way that he should be eating off of that, and if he's not, is a shame, because seeing as how big that dance is, how much, like when you think about it contributing to culture the same way a song would in certain ways.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but
isn't it the same argument when in the Michael Jackson period with the whole moonwalk thing?
And I feel like he should be able to copyright the moonwalk if like certain people can, if you can insure. I remember an article or whatever, Jennifer Lopez had a certain amount of insurance on her legs and things because whoever it was, because of how significant of an asset these are to my image and my brand and what I do. To me, I feel like all of this is in the same vein.
So how can you prove that you came up with a dance?
What is the earliest documented evidence of seeing these moves in a particular sequence? And it would just be, okay, these moves in this particular sequence in a certain way, they probably would have some amount of variation and thing. And it's the same way when there is argue in court about music when it comes to sampling and stuff. It up to a judge to see like, okay, was this amount of the song, is that really worth paying whoever is arguing that they use my song and stuff? Is always up to like a perception thing or like a subjective kind of thing, a court ruling to be like, do you feel that they use enough of the song to warrant paying these people who's saying, okay, they infringe on my copyright or they steal my song or something like that?
At the same time, right, with dancing, so because if this becomes a thing,
because my thought is like there's a limited amount of moves, there's only so many moves, like people are bound to copy and stuff like that. I get that, but it's the same thing with music. There's a limited amount of notes and frequencies. There's like, you could probably calculate the amount of combinations, or depending on within certain restrictions, of course, but you both use the same chords, again, the same notes.
Look,
there's always gonna be some similarities.
I ain't against someone putting copyright or something, but the problem with copyright is that the term of it is too long. It surpasses, right now with music, it even surpasses the artist's own life. When the artist dies, then it's the record label has this
license. Well, pay a license fee.
No. But here's my whole argument, especially with dancing. So you mean to tell me now, if a kid goes and records this dance move, because this is happening in music right now. If a kid goes and does the move and puts it on YouTube, strike immediately. Because
it doesn't happen with music. What would happen, whoever owns the copyright, and if there's the person that is enforcing those copyrights, whatever publishing company and stuff.
If it's under a publishing company, they're going to strike the channel.
We want to know how I can tell you, because I recently encountered the same situation, posting the LinkUp using my own songs that has somebody representing my interest to make sure if somebody use my songs on YouTube or whatever, it's not a strike that you're going to get, but I'm claiming all monetization from it. This is the new way. This is what I believe the way that Joe Budden works. Like, they don't necessarily stress about it because they ain't getting strike, because all of this was due to the way that music industry people was going about enforcing piracy laws. Initially, they was prosecuting people and trying to like hunt you down and stuff. Then they realized like, yo, the public, the reception of the public and the way that this work is not really working, because you can't stop piracy like that. So they changed tactics. Like, all of this, to me, is part of that. Like, we ain't gonna shut you down, we ain't gonna stop you from using it, we just gonna take the money, because they realize that it's a great form of promotion and it stops the creativity and all of these type of things. When they realize that we were just striking people and stopping them from all of that, this is another way that it works.
So
monetization just goes to who created it.
Do you think that the dance moves, because of Fortnite right now, are not way more popular than they were outside of Fortnite?
Ooh, that's debatable. I can see arguments from both sides.
Because I ain't deep in Fortnite enough to say like, okay, how many people know the dances and stuff.
I already know the answer to that.
Cause I feel like,
honestly, Fortnite is the biggest game in the world.
Cool, but at the same time,
kids are just doing the dance moves on Kwaku. They were dancing all the Fortnite.
Yeah,
like, they were legit doing the Fortnite.
I used to see little children walk around in Zala just doing them.
And but all of those things is just viral videos. Most of what they take is viral, because I've seen some of the different clips and some of the dances that they have before, and I can't say about all, but some of them, like the floss and the shoot and all of them things, Millie rocking and whatnot, a lot of these things is viral video dances. And can you say that it's popular because of Fortnite or because there was viral sensation?
Yeah, but honestly, there's a lot of them I did not even know about.
But that's the thing. Just because you didn't know about it, don't mean it wasn't already thing.
People who doing these dances and coming up with dances.
There's also a bunch of them from like Will Smith, French Prince of Bel-Air, a bunch of dance moves that like you won't even think about. But then this is the
memes. Memes, viral videos, internet culture, all part of internet culture in a certain way.
But some of them are pretty obscure. Like when we done,
I don't play Fortnite, so I never look through the list of exactly what dances.
They have on YouTube. They have like origins of all the emotes. So you see the emote, then you see where it's originally from, and some of them are pretty obscure. It's not like it's not only viral things. There's a bunch of emotes.
Yeah, but like the main ones is from like the American, the States viral videos and things.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an American company.
But it's an American company. But all these things we hear,
dance moves mostly come from America.
I was just gonna say all these moves people doing to it's from the States. So
it makes sense.
Name me a Dutch dance move.
The Dutch.
Or no, not a Dutch. The quack. What I
think there was this shuffle thing that used to be popular, and it was like every Dutch girl. I feel like they all know this one dance move.
All the white girls.
It don't matter what song it is, they can hit it to it.
Let me not be racist like that. But all the Dutch girls for you, you're right. You're right.
I don't like I say, I ain't been out in a while. I don't know if it's still the case.
No, they still do. Okay, I don't know what.
I don't know where it come from. I don't know if it was invented by Dutch people.
But other than that, they got nothing else. Everything else is from the States.
But I guess with that said, like, I just want to be cautious. I want to be cautious with this copywriting. Because
you asked a very good question about like which one make which one popular and thing, and I don't know.
Both
to
of
me,
them
it's a very debatable thing.
Yeah, they have arguments because both of them they cross in two completely different worlds, Jad.
Yeah.
Because the hip hop world don't really. I mean, they get okay, cool. When Drake was doing the whole stream thing with Ninja playing Fortnite and stuff like that, okay, cool. That bring a whole bunch of hip hop people to the gaming world. Cool. But that don't happen often. So like I feel like the Fortnite kind of incorporating the culture and exposing it to like the younger generation or the people who run game, and then vice versa, because people seeing like the boys or the fellas running Fortnite and they seeing the dances and stuff like, wow, you know, look how instead of the culture, instead of the game influencing the culture, they're taking the culture influencing the game. You check, and obviously I think that's how it is, because the Fortnite was out be at the same time as these dances. Only recently they incorporated the new ones into it. So these dances were out before. So it's obviously the culture influence in the game.
Okay, so kind of to wrap up this topic.
Okay, hold on. Before we just to put this in perspective. Currently, Fortnite has around 125 million concurrent players active.
True.
Makes sense.
YouTube has a lot of viewers though.
No, I understand what you're saying, but
I mean, YouTube is a little different. YouTube you can look up everything.
YouTube free.
So
YouTube reaching more people.
Fortnite's free too.
Oh, true. I don't know.
I'm just trying to.
Fortnite is free though. And you could play. I can play Fortnite on my phone, and you can play Fortnite.
You remember how crazy Pokemon Go, right? Pokemon Go was, right? There was 80 million concurrent players. Just to put it in perspective, how many people that is playing a game.
But that's because Fortnite is available everywhere.
Pokemon too. You have a phone, you got Pokemon.
Yeah, but that was still limited. Yeah, obviously Fortnite is more because it's available in more places than where Pokemon was. Pokemon, yes, mobile. Everybody has a mobile phone, but Fortnite is computer, console, phone.
If you have a computer and not a phone in 2018,
but I don't run computer games, so what the fuck I be running Fortnite on my phone?
I'm just saying.
But that's why I'm saying, Woods, on different platforms that other people have access to.
That's a different comparison. I feel like it just makes sense. If Pokemon Go is only on the phone,
it's only on the phone. Like, it's not complicated. I don't know.
And Fortnite can be played on a phone the same way Pokemon Go can be played, and all these other platforms,
and a laptop, and a game, and normal gaming systems.
I understand what you're saying, but
it has a much wider reach. That
no, you don't understand what I'm saying,
No, probably not.
You making the point that everybody who has a phone, everybody at least has a phone. I understand
that can play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but that's because I have okay, cool, right? But that doesn't mean just because I have a phone.
Not everybody who has a phone is playing games. Everybody who has a PlayStation is playing games on it.
No.
You people buying a PlayStation, you wouldn't buy a DVD player. You wouldn't buy another device to do whatever other multimedia thing that you do.
They have a game.
King, in when PlayStation 2 came out, you know many people bought a PlayStation
just for the Blu-ray,
2 just for, not even Blu-ray, for the DVD, and a PlayStation 3 just for the Bluray.
Yes, but
and now PlayStation 4 just as a media box to watch Netflix and things on the TV.
Yeah, but let's compare the times though. You talking about Blu-ray and stuff like that. That's when DVDs had just come out. Now you're talking about in an era where everything is easily accessible.
No, I understand what I'm saying, but
that population of people is like 10%, dog.
Yeah, but 10% of 80 million is a lot.
Okay, what?
No, I'm just saying.
I ain't going nowhere further.
Like the main thing I was gonna ask is basically, it seems as though we got two people who for the copywriting of dance moves.
No.
Like, I mean, two people against and one person for.
Yeah, I don't find it necessary.
Let me make it fit. Let me say,
You're cautious about it.
Yeah, I don't want to open that kind of worms because I don't know what the end result's going to be and what the repercussions of it.
That. Like, we have framework for this in the music industry.
I'm speaking from as a DJ and the turmoils and things that came in between that and to where we are now. Now it's nice, but there was a time period where people were getting fucked. Everybody, their livelihoods, just because of the music industry, and it wasn't just affecting the music industry. It was affecting the film industry. It was affecting a wide range of people.
That's always been the case. Like, you can go back through history and the amount of artists. Like, usually the label is who wins in the music industry. In film, you could say the studio, the Lionsgate, the Fox, like whoever, whatever it is, that's the movie. And those people normally win. The people who's actually the work in whatever thing it is. The artists have been getting fucked over for years in the music industry. Ain't nothing new. The things that change is the people who was making a whole lot of money before making less money now.
Was the position? Like, who getting fucked and who doing the fucking over?
A lot of them still okay, but they can't make as much money as they used to. Like, just today, I was watching The Fine Ones again. I don't know, you probably saw the documentary with Dre and Jimmy Iovine and thing. Talking about the most lucrative era in music was during the CD era, because like a lot of people that had cassettes, they was like buying over albums that they already had to get it on a new medium quality, and stuff like that, and it costs a lot less compared to what it was doing with cassettes. Like to make a cassette versus making a CD is cheaper to make a CD, so you sell it is a bigger return on investment, especially if the price still the same or whatever. Like the labels was doing good, but artists was doing okay in that time as well, because like budgets was bigger and all of these different things. But artists was still getting fucked in that era.
But okay, do you agree? Just to wrap this up, do you agree that
we've been wrapping this up for like 20 minutes,
but we still have a minute before our. But do you agree that like the Happy Birthday song, right?
Oh God,
you know that's copyrighted, right?
Yeah,
does that make any fucking sense to you?
No, no, it doesn't.
Makes no so sense. Long.
It makes no sense to me.
You know, okay, do you know in the film industry, a lot of the Disney movies that we hold near and dear, right? You know that all of those are based on live action films that were made back in the day? And it was adapted?
Oh, that's interesting.
To what it is now? And now that same company that was quote unquote built on adapting something previously and making something new out of it, it's now making it hard for other people to do the same thing with their,
cause they smart.
Their idea. No, I'm just saying like the hypocrisy in that.
I wouldn't call it hypocritical.
No,
I wouldn't call it hypocritical.
But at the same time, like okay, if you have that, fine. Like with medicine, for example, like if you have a copyright that long on medicine, at a certain point, like you made your money and then some.
Woods, I get your point.
Yeah, but anyway,
because I'm not saying copyright law and intellectual property law the way it's currently set up and the rules depending on what medium it is. Cause it kind of depends whether it's pictures, art, like whatever intellectual property it may be. There's slightly different regulations around it, but like I'm not saying it's perfect. I have my own issues with it because I was like. I remember J. Cole was talking about how he wanted to change the way sampling works and this and that. He feel like something needs to be done about that because he's like, if you put your work out there, somebody should be able to use it and it shouldn't be all of these restrictions and blah, blah, blah to stop creativity and all of these
That's where
I definitely understand the argument from a creative
that's a
perspective.
slippery slope, though.
But I'm also making the same argument from a creative perspective because I know you're looking at a lot of the downsides of what could happen from a big corporation or whatever that has lots of money to buy up copyrights and maybe has the legal team that is on deck ready to put in patents and all of these things to claim copyright. I get all of the problems that could come from that, but to me it's like if you're looking at the 2 million stuff, the case that Joe Budden was making is like, yo, you can't deny the popularity and the amount of people who gaining millions of views doing my dance and stuff, and it's like if I created this wave, why can I not get some kind of compensation for something that's potentially making millions for other people? Like I
feel it on that. I think my only argument on this is just if the person that created it is alive, fine.
Because yes, Happy Birthday is copyrighted, but I mean, ain't nobody coming into your birthday party and like asking money from you every time you sing it and thing. They may have the right to. Yeah, they may have the right to, but in reality, that's where these things always go back to a court that deals with real people. Because I know on paper it could sound drastic, but when it comes to the enforcement of these things, it still falls on people. And not all times a jury or whatever might be involved to give votes and all like that, but it still falls on like, okay, you know what? The law says this, but this you're being a little ridiculous here. Like, stop.
But in the film in the film industry case, then you're just fucked. You have to pay the royalty.
Yeah, because these is like lots of corporations and lots of money, and there's a long before any film gets out. These probably was in development 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years and stuff like that. So yes, they making sure things is enforced and things because of the process involved.
Life is fucked up. Get over it.
I know, but no.
What the fuck, man?
I'm just saying that these people, they just want to like. How are you still making money off of that?
And it's not going to stop. So there's no point in thinking.
Yeah, I know.
There's not. We're not going to have. You don't have any power to change it.
This is why certain people should stay away from the creative side of the world, dog.
And like you think
because they're destroying it slowly but surely. With that said.
Yeah,
this conversation will go on forever. So
let's not do that. It's fucking going on 1 o'clock.
Yeah, for real.
So like always, if y'all have anybody I want us to talk to specifically on the show, hit us up. We can check us on the Facebook, on the Facebook. You can check us out on Facebook, the LinkUp Podcast. You can check us on Instagram. You can hit us somewhere in the DMs, the LinkUp 392.
So like you couldn't wait 10 more seconds?
No, I wanted to do it. I think it's fun.
To put give Domino's free advertising for what? I understand.
The boy is special.
He like attention.
He is special. It's because he's the only child now.
I forgot.
My God, no, but he should have got enough attention because he was the only child. So I don't know how we cut off this way. Anyway, like I was saying, you can check us out again on the Facebook. You got me thinking again. On Facebook, the LinkUp Podcast. On Instagram, the LinkUp 392. If you have any specific topics or anything else you want to hear us talk about specifically, hit us up. You can find me on Instagram, Mr_Labega. And yeah, that's me.
Mr. King 392.
Words is chosen, everything.
Okay then, and we'll see you the next time we link up.
Bless.
You can eat your pizza now.
Bye.